First current event is Dana White teamed up with Turki Al-Sheikh, who's like the guy that's, let me get this correct.
He's the Scrooge McDuck of boxing.
He's the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority. He has all access to all the money in the world. So they're teaming up to do a boxing promotion together.
Wow.
And with the president or the main guy from WWE as well.
Nick Khan. I used to work with Nick Khan. He was at CA forever.
Oh.
Yeah, he was Tim Tebow's agent. He's a beast. I love Nick. I don't know if this is a good thing. I think this, and Dana's been talking about getting boxing. Remember Zuffa boxing, the shirt he wore for 8 years? He's been talking about it for 8 years. And now he has the funding of these guys. For the UFC, it's no risk. It sounds like TKO is just going to be like they're going to do all the production, everything behind it.
They'll also, it's like they all these guys like Bob Arum and those guys, they tell them to fuck off. Now you see great fights with people who should be fighting, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. But also, I think Dana's getting involved because obviously the biggest thing in boxing, or one of the biggest things, are former UFC fighters or the influencers like Jake Paul, Canelo, Conor, like all that weird circus shit that people, watch. Dana doesn't like it that, Woodley is fighting Jake Paul and he's making the most money ever. Or when Conor fought Floyd, they only got a certain percentage. Well, now they're going to control it. So when we talk about Alex Pereira fighting, a heavyweight boxer,
Usyk or something.
Usyk, now Dana's like, cool. Yeah, he can do it because we own the UFC. We have our own boxing promotion now. So now instead of taking whatever our cut is, 20%, now we're going to take a huge cut.
That's great.
It's smart. It is and it isn't. It is and it isn't. You
mean you're afraid of the monopoly of it all?
You kidding me? Yeah, in boxing, the Ali Act's in boxing. What are you going to do now? So it sets them up for some litigation down the road, but...
Yeah.
But boxing's been a nightmare. It's been dying, So maybe Dana can give it a fucking the jolt that it needs.
Yep.
Because he's the best promoter of all time in combat sports history.
No doubt.
So I think he'll add value for sure to boxing. And you have the funding of the Saudi unlimited Scrooge McDuck bucks.
Crazy.
So they're just going to make crazy
Saudi's
fights.
Doing it right.
So yeah, it is and it isn't. And then the owner of TKO, one of the head guys, was saying how they're going to do more international fights, which that kind of sucks.
This guy Turki Al-Sheikh knows what he's doing.
Does he, or does he just have money?
No, I think it takes more than that.
Oh, I don't.
I think it takes like just his ability to kind of like, I don't know. It's just a lot of details, and it's a lot of organizational. I don't know. It's new. Saudi Arabia making waves, and this is just the beginning. They're going to use all that money to be real players in a lot of things.
I mean, they're already doing it. Yeah, in sports they're doing it. It's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword because also there's not the culture. The fight culture is not there. So the live crowd and stuff, nobody's there. They don't care. It's good because it's not taking place here anymore in the Mecca where fans give a fuck.
Right.
So now you're getting more international fights. So it's out of our time zones now.
Right.
And then instead of building up the American fighters, they're building up everybody not American. That ain't good. Because I think what's happened if they've maximized their growth here in America. There's nothing more they can do. So now it's all international. Their number one goal is international now. And then we see the TV right deals. It's going to be all over, man. It's going to be like the NFL. How the NFL's on Amazon, NBC, Netflix.
Right.
The UFC is going to be like that. You're going to get some fight nights at Netflix. You're going to get pay-per-view, who knows, on ESPN Plus. You're going to get other fight nights on Amazon. I don't give a fuck. I can keep up with it, and I'll watch the prelims. Like if you remember, they used to have prelims on like Fuel TV. Then they used to have the main prelims on Fox. Then the rest on paper. You have to do 3 different things. Right. I don't care.
Yeah.
But a lot of the majority of the fan base does care. They're not going to follow.
Interesting. I don't know. Looking forward to it.
Okay, this is completely different.
I mean, the good thing is in boxing, the problem has been like with Floyd and Manny, that fight came 10 years too late because they only put up the money. Now this Al-Sheikh's like, no, I want to see it. Here's $50 million each. And the guys are doing it.
Yeah.
So they're risking more because in boxing, remember, you wouldn't get the fights you want to see because they weren't going to make enough money. Well, now that...
Is Crawford-Canelo still a thing?
It's still a thing, but Canelo's going to fight somebody else first, and then they're going to do that. Did you see Oscar De La Hoya challenge Rogan?
No.
Yeah, he goes, I challenge you to have me on your podcast, be your biggest numbers ever. I had Chin pause the video. I'm like, well, that's not real. He's not going to beat Elon's numbers. But then Oscar keeps going, goes, you be the mediator. It'd be me and Dana White. We'll hash it out live on air. I'm like, well, that'll do numbers.
Because he and Dana White
Hate each other, despise each other.
Why?
It always has. They've never got
Well,
along.
I mean, Canelo, the way he talks about Oscar De La Hoya is unbelievable.
Canelo?
Canelo hates De La
Yeah.
Hoya,
Yeah.
right?
But Oscar has a good point.
But Oscar actually challenging Dana, because I would imagine Dana White would destroy him. You know, if they're
Not when it comes to boxing.
well, I mean, like, you know, arguing whatever they're.
That's
What would they? What
when
would
it comes
they
to
argue
boxing
about, though?
business.
What is the whole idea there?
I don't know. It'd be great to see, though.
Sure.
It'd
be
do some
awesome,
crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And Oscar was like, I know Dana's your friend, Rogan, so you won't have me on. We've tried to get on several times. He's like, but I thought you didn't work for anybody. I thought you were the boss. He's like, so you make the call, have me on and Dana on. You be the middle
Oscar
guy.
De La Hoya was one of the great boxers of,
course,
all
yeah.
time.
Oh, of course.
You
Everyone
know?
knows that.
Special dude.
Yeah. Savage.
But he takes a lot of shit. I don't get the hate for him. I really don't.
We got to remember that the kids now, the boxing community now has all they see him as the stockings and the fake abs. Like they didn't see his golden boy
They
era.
didn't see him. Yeah.
No, so it's not their fault.
Right.
You know,
But why does Canelo, he hates him so much?
he's a
Like,
promoter, so he thinks he's stealing money from the promoters. Don't get me wrong. Any promoter's a scumbag. They're all sleazy as fuck. They're gonna get their money and take advantage of the fighters. He's not the exception. Dana's not the exception.
yeah,
Bob
but
Arum's not the exception.
is De La Hoya being sleazy or is he being a businessman? And, you know, what are the margins there? You know, how much is Golden Boy Productions making? We don't know.
A ton.
Yeah.
Ton. They've been around a long time.
But guy Canelo was just like, I literally,
Hates them.
that would have been a great fight back in the day. If you get in a time machine. All right. I think he's a little smaller, though. De La Hoya's, well, no, De La Hoya fought at 47, right?
Yeah, you're
47,
talking about
50.
two different generations. But yeah.
Yeah.
But Canelo and Dana, or Oscar and Dana on Rogan, take my money. I'd fucking watch that all day.
I'm watching that without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I don't think Dana would get too lippy with him. Oscar will fuck you up. Don't get it twisted. Yeah.
He'll fight you right now.
Yeah, you'd be a problem. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, don't, you know, that's right. Yeah.
But as far as promoter goes, I mean, Dana's the
You
best.
see
at all
Gervonta
time
Davis,
there.
he's so great. He goes, I'm better than all these guys, even Floyd in his prime. And then he goes, well, I take that back.
Did he?
Yeah,
Did
it's
he?
so great. Yeah. Yeah, see if you can find that. Man, I'm better, my skill set's better than all these guys, man. Even Floyd. You know, there's this thing. And he goes, well,
I take that back.
take that back. It's so funny. I'm better than him now. Yeah.
Feel me? Like, I'm not worrying about nobody else because I know skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd.
How's it going, everyone?
Ah, damn it!
See if you can. It's so funny when he does it.
Let's do this.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than, like, Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. You feel? Well, yeah, I take that back. Probably hand in hand.
Javonte's super talented, though.
Yep, he's amazing.
Have you guys
This is
watched this
interesting.
Billy Corgan?
Yeah, is this I think there's some truth to this.
There's
right?
not.
So
there's not.
hold
That's why-
on.
there's not.
But that's why this is interesting. So
Okay.
I wish I had watched the entire thing, but I watched just like highlights. So Billy Corgan.
I watched the whole thing.
Okay, perfect. Then you can explain.
Go
that.
ahead.
But so Billy Corgan said that his mother. This is during a Howie Mandel podcast, right? So Billy Corgan said that.
This happened even before then.
Yeah,
This
so
how Howie Mandel brought
go for it,
Bill
go for it.
Burr on when
Yeah.
or brought Bill Burr on his show. Then surprisingly, Billy Corgan goes, "This is your long lost brother." Kind of a shitty move to do. I don't know why he does that gotcha stuff, but so Billy Corgan's dad, they think slept with like 1,000 women, and said you have a half brother, but wouldn't tell him the name, and so Billy's like, well, Burr looks just like my dad, and he's a master communicator. I'm a master communicator. So Rogan's like, well, did you guys do a DNA test? He's like, no, we haven't. But there's nothing there. It's not real. And that's what
But
Bill...
so were they joking? Were they trolling us? Bill Burr?
No.
But that's why it's interesting because
That's why he asked Bill, and Bill was like, what the fuck?
it seems like they're kind of doing a bit, but it's like when Billy Corgan went on Rogan's podcast, it's like he's like
He said it
making
got out
seem
of
like
hand.
It's not
like it picked up, it got out of hand. And then when they brought Bill
They look
Burr in...
alike.
And Billy Corgan says like, dude, Bill Burr looks just like his dad. His mother told him he had like, he sired, like you said, 1,000.
Bill didn't know.
No, he sired a bunch of women.
No, and the dad died.
Yeah.
So
Bill,
hey, here's my thing. Do they look alike or are they just bald?
they look alike.
I don't think they look anything alike.
I think
Hold
they
on,
have
let me
same
pull
nose.
up Bill Burr.
Not at all.
Oh, I do. They look alike. But it's interesting that it could be possible.
I think if
Yeah, they look alike.
they both had
they could
here-
easily be brothers.
God damn it. But anyway, yeah. So that's I kind of feel like they
I mean,
kind of look
now
alike.
I'm looking at them. It's like
But I don't know if this is like messed with either. This
the two
picture.
white guys who are bald.
That's
and
definitely
one
part
has
of it.
red hair.
Yeah.
But when Corgan says like he looks just like my dad, not like me, he looks like my dad. Then I'm like,
Well, type in a picture
Might-
of Billy Corgan's dad. I'll tell you if
So
he
there's
looks
no
like him.
truth to it. They haven't done a DNA test.
I doubt
They
there's
should
a
do
picture
DNA
out there.
test.
And the chances are this isn't real.
And also, it's kind of boring, right? It doesn't matter.
it's just random memes and stuff. Oh, is that it? No. Senior.
Billy Corgan Sr., there he is. Oh, that looks like Bill Burr?
No. So yeah, I don't
Doesn't
know.
look like anybody.
No, it just keeps the narrative going.
And this as well. Is this it? I don't know.
That might be the unexpected half brother.
But I mean, like, so they're just doing this bit together.
It's not a bit. It's not a bit.
So he's
Bill's not playing the game. It's fun to talk about, but it's not real. It's not his brother.
Okay. So
If they want to solve it, though, they like Rogan's trying to do a DNA test. It'd solve everything.
He said he would fund it too and all that.
$200. He goes, how much is it? Jamie goes, $200. He goes, I'll pay for that. I would too.
I would
okay.
too.
So Sanaz, shout out to her. She gave me some current events as well. She can't be here today, but this is one of them that I thought was very fascinating. This is on World Star. So some woman went to her grandma's house and found this card. And if you guys can read it out for the fans there.
So the card says, Dr. Dan, expert, plain and fancy fucking. Evenings by appointment only. Cut rate to a party of 6 or more. Satisfaction with one hard on.
And then you could see more.
Widows
Oh,
are a
that's-
specialty.
Here we go.
Plain insertion, $20. With caresses, 27. Inverted positions, 22. Dog fashion, 22.
With barking and yelping, 25.
Womb stretch.
Tongue bath. Muff dives, $100. $37.50 an hour. All night, 12 hours, $150. Good deal. Titty chewings, $1.15. French kissing with the mouth, $2.75. French tickler, $3.
CC muff
Finger
dive.
diddle, Vaseline if needed is $1.25.
Titty chewing.
That is amazing. A womb stretch. Jesus.
Dude, the doggy style is $22, and then he'll bark for you and yelp. Wait, you have to
That
do
was
the
back
barking
in the
yelping?
20s, probably.
I don't know.
It's expensive.
The woman's down and he's doing the barking yelping.
I think he has to do the barking.
that's a $3
That is
surcharge.
That's a lot.
But if she found this at her grandma's house, that means grandma was headed in there.
But I mean, was there
Let
Was
me
there
get a
things
tongue
like this
bath
in the
with a
past?
side of muff dive, please, and thank you.
in Muff Dive back then, remember, women didn't groom down there, so,
So
it's,
you
it's
were-
a fucking...
You were down
You're
there.
in the weeds, son.
In the weeds.
In the weeds.
In the
son.
weeds.
Thick. In the Jumanji weeds.
Yeah, you basically tiger in the tall grass. You understand?
Yeah, in the Jumanji weeds.
Tiger in the tall grass.
Grandma's a freak.
Grandma's a freak.
I'd hate to find something like
Appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah.
Hopefully she was young. Hopefully she was in her 40s.
Oh, she was probably 21. Say
Doing her
something.
Jack LaLanne exercises on TV. I'm getting going.
Damn, that guy's balling it back. That dude, how long ago was this?
Plain insertion with caresses.
I don't know if it shows the actual date. Let's see.
Dr. Dan.
Expert, plain and fancy fucking.
Extra attention given to neglected married women. Virgins treated gently. Spinsters satisfied.
Spencer's.
Widow's a specialty. Cut rate of party of 6 or more. Satisfaction with one
6
hard
or
on.
more, one hard on. This
Homeboy
guy
was
is
a stud.
fucking Dr. Dick
Dr. Dan.
I wish I
Dan.
could see who Dr. Dick Dan was.
Let's see if we can find him.
There's no way.
Dr. Dick you down.
Dr. Dan.
Gigolo?
Yeah.
Dr.
Colon and
Daniel S.
rectal surgeon.
Okay, he's in Encino.
Never
We're
mind.
not going to find him.
No,
This guy was
I know, it's
undercover.
fine.
This guy ain't using his real
Might have been a
fucking.
joke